So this might be something we start doing more often. I don't know. But oops. Yeah. Um, so kind of to fall into same pattern of last week's stream when we kind of went off a bit on a certain white hat SEO that had been basically caught uh, manipulating images, basically running a scam to sell courses. Keep seeing stuff in the white hat world that just kind of either makes me angry or just makes me laugh, or maybe a little bit of both, or just kind of confuse me in a way. So, and this one right here just made me really think or like question like what the hell does white hat even mean now?
Yeah,
Like really, what does white hat mean?
because
The
historically it means not buying backlinks, not
so
even doing outreach for them, actually.
Yeah, so again, I'm not gonna give away the person or the group. The only thing I left unedited here was that it's a white hat SEO group. And this is the leader of the group actively selling backlinks to his following, which like isn't
Yeah.
that like the core tenet of SEO or white hat SEOs? Like
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
just
buy
make
backlinks.
your content so good that it goes viral and people like just link to it. Um,
And you actually can do that if you make insane content and then
yeah.
promote it, right?
Yeah, if you yeah.
Um, you can do it. But then you kind of get into this kind of gray area where you're promoting it and like you're promoting it with the aim
Usually
of getting backlinks. So I feel like that crosses the line in some way because you're actually doing things for the purpose of generating backlinks rather than anyway, it's there's kind
or
of a gray
traffic or
area.
movement, right? Because like you run Facebook ads to an article that's interesting.
But I feel
Yeah,
like this one right here, this just like crosses the line completely. Is like, hey, we're just
it's
saying
not
sell these
white hat.
backlinks.
No.
Well, is it not
Buy
white
10
hat?
for 1,500 pounds. That is not white hat. Now, I
So,
think yeah, go ahead.
so what I was gonna say, so I think like there's, I guess what we should be saying is that like anything in life, there's different the white hat SEO, I guess, is on a spectrum, right? So you can have like the ultra diehards at the end. These people only follow one person on Twitter, and it's John Weller. And they do exactly what Google says at all times. They build content and they sit and they
Good
wait.
little boys and girls.
They just build tons of content and they sit patiently and they drink tea and they wait for the links to roll in.
Hmm.
Then you have like this, which I would consider, without even going to call yourself white hat and then you're selling links and that to me,
You've crossed into the gray.
yeah, you're definitely gray hat. Like, let's be real here. But
Yeah.
I think what a lot of white hat SEOs consider white hat, I think this is maybe a more realistic, because we actually get some people, for example, that apply to our MLB program. It's our managed link building program. They want to buy links from us. They want us to do this for them, and they say we only want white hat links, and we have to ask them like, what do you mean by that? And in a lot of cases, what they mean is no like super like gnarly, scary looking stuff. Not even saying stuff that doesn't work. So like for example, they might say like, oh, like no PBNs or
Hmm.
like no spam.
Yeah.
But like we didn't plan to use spam.
Everybody's
um,
got a different notion of what spam is or what an editorial link is. Yeah.
so I think maybe like what these guys what their kind of wavelength, what it might be like, for example, buying links is 100% is that's white hat, but maybe like no PBN, no spam, no auto generated stuff. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what they mean. I don't really know.
also remember in the grand scheme of thing, link building is not too widely known a practice. A lot of people in SEO don't even understand link building, like, what the nature of it is or how it affects the fucking algorithm or anything. And so what you see here when you see like a lot of white hat stuff is what we talked about last week. They are marketing tactics. They get the
Yeah.
people who are looking to dip their toes a little bit to say, I feel safe with this one. I think I'm gonna give this one a try. It's white hat, so I feel like
Yeah,
1,500 pounds is a deal.
they say they're white hat, right?
Yeah.
So it's
But then
safe
go
for
talk to
my
Mueller,
business.
and it's, yeah, not. It's a marketing gimmick.
Yeah, if you read Google's terms of service, like this, the that, there we
You're
go.
technically,
That is
according to
not white
Google's
hat.
terms of service, like you're like not even really supposed to know about backlinks. Like you're just like they happen, right? But they happen naturally. Yeah. And
The birds and the bees. The birds and
yeah, it's
is this
birds
how
and the
you're gonna
bees for
handle this talk with
SEO.
your kid?
Yeah, maybe so. It's like a backlink. So
But we don't
yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah, we don't
It
talk
just
about it.
happens sometimes when a
Yeah,
man
it
loves
just happens, but
when that website loves another website. Sometimes they
the thing there too, right? Like, yeah, the thing there too. A lot of these people, SEOs. We're talking about serious SEOs, maybe even with agencies and stuff like that. Um, they don't have the slightest clue how Google is prioritizing what shows up at the top, and so maybe they do really well with marketing campaigns that will earn them backlinks, and then don't understand that um, the backlinks are the things that are really influencing the rest of their site drive, etc. But yeah, there's a lot of people claiming to be white hat that are not.
yeah, I guess it just I think
People
the
say,
term like you said, the term is used I think first and foremost for marketing.
yeah,
It tells people, hey, we're safe. It and there are certain people that buy into the white hat thing so heavily that they just won't do anything other than that because I don't know, they just really respect the authority of Google or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's first and foremost probably a marketing thing, and then there's like this whole other spectrum where they just interpret it. It's up to interpretation basically, where these people are obviously some people would call this black hat. Like a super like
yeah,
white hat purist would call this leader of a popular white hat SEO group, and what they do in there, they would call this black hat.
for sure, yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's all. I feel like the meaning just doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
all the terms are relatively made up, right? They're umbrella terms used to house stuff. But technically, you would go by Google's idea of what these different things are. And white hat, serious white hat, is you're creating good content. You can maybe push it out using ads, stuff like that.
and
But
stuff like citations, creating like links to, you have a YouTube channel and you put links to your website on
yeah.
there, or
Hmm.
social profiles, or basically stuff you can find in our pillow links and diversity links packs. That's what I consider those very white hat because it's stuff
For
you can
sure.
make on your own
And
that
they're
businesses
manually,
do make on your own.
yeah.
And Google expects businesses to actually make these because it's just something businesses do
Yeah,
to promote
that's true.
themselves.
That would probably be
I
the only
consider that
type of
white
white
hat.
hat backlink
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
gets sold, or just like directories and socials and that kind of stuff.
And then gray hat, I consider gray hat stuff like niche edits and PBNs, or sorry, niche edits, guest posts, any kind of editorial link basically, where you're like reaching out to people and you're kind of you're having some kind of conversation, and the goal there is to get a backlink, but it's just done so widespread, and it's just so hard to get
Yeah,
yourself in trouble with this
over
kind of thing
yeah,
that
over the last few
I just don't
years,
consider it black hat. It's just so widely accepted and done and harmless and very helpful. And then I consider black hat, yeah, like the ultra, or just the stuff you think about as more risky or more manipulative. For example, I do consider PBNs black hat, even though PBNs done correctly, I think are still very safe. Um,
but yeah, they
but
are a
it,
black hat technique,
but
I,
yeah,
I would
I do
say, right?
consider
But
PBN black hat, and then of course but I consider PBNs like good black hat, and then you have like your like spam, your auto generated stuff, which can also work as well if you do it very intelligently, which most people don't. But just the more kind of
And
what
what's
we see
funny
is dangerous, I guess.
what's funny about that is those are completely different interpretations than the original uses of the terms
Yeah,
white hat, black hat, gray hat,
exactly,
etc. Right?
exactly.
Like these are
White hat
SEO.
conforms to the terms of service. Black hat does not conform to the terms of
Yeah.
service.
Hmm.
It's very it's written in stone. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.